Hello and welcome. I am Mike Running. I am narrator and author. I am the Allfather. Here we go over the greatest warriors, armies, leaders, and philosophies the world has ever seen. I will challenge the norm on how the average person views history and test your minds to think of things objectively. I strongly recommend the only way of thinking is thinking objectively, and my mission is to get as many people as I can reach to think in such a way. It is the only way I see humanity coexisting in the future. Today we'll go over my views, thoughts, and way of thinking. 5 days of spilling. For what we do not know with certainty can certainly be mistaken. Do not bound one's mind to thoughts of happiness to keep blind wandering eyes. A man's mind can do crazy things, but silence and time do crazier things. To truly find oneself, there needs to be a divine realization. To test a man's character is to test one's ability to deal with anything presented of great consequence. Stop and listen to learn before talking consumes you. If greatness is within, why are so many reaching outward? Confusion is the greatest hindrance on any topic. When love is the topic, it's easily confused. Never stop reaching to the next level. That level could be the difference. If that distance is great, don't stop until the distance is none. Don't fear death, welcome it, for death is the gateway to new beginnings. When a mind is clouded, precipitation is in the forecast. That forecast can be controlled with a clear mind. Thor, Odin, Tyr, Freya, and Freyr are Norse gods. Zeus, Apollo, Poseidon, and Hercules are Greek gods. They all reign supreme in battle until Christian wealth intervenes. Life is a mildly controlled destiny. Don't let destiny control your destination. Children are what we leave behind. Leave behind what humanity needs. Take your shortcomings with you. Where do we go from here? Brave. What is brave in 2023? The willingness to express thoughts or ideals? When a world so full of corruption and greed, man needs to find a way of retracting past actions those before us implemented. A new perspective and improvements to a 250-year-old plan set in place by the founders of one of the mightiest countries in the world. We hear the same bullshit. Next presidency will be better. They will do this and that. That they do. Spend the first months or even a year relatively true to their promise to the American people. From there, they tear down what the previous administration did. This cycle continues to destroy what once was a great plan for success. The forefathers could not foresee everything in the future. If they had, I am positive the plan would surely look much different. They couldn't have known just how much money certain individuals or small groups of people could obtain. They say money is power. I say power is the ability to master oneself and take the power and share it with others for all eternity. Growing up being told you can do anything you set your mind to sets a mindset that isn't realistic. When they also say you're too big to be a jockey, you're too small to be a center on a basketball team, you're too smart, you're not you're not smart enough to be an astrophysicist. You're not pretty enough to be a model. You can't. Killing the dreams of the youth that they themselves led them to believe was a possibility. Poisoning minds with cryptic messages, misinformation, and rewriting history to serve narratives. Some of the greatest things in the world, or even the universe, will never be brought to light. Why? The passage of time holds truth some people don't want to know. That is where I am different. Knowledge is the grandest treasure a human can possess. Seeking power and knowledge is to seek heaven on earth. If you could know anything about the past or future, what would you want to know? How do I die? Who is my soulmate? Why are we here? Is there a god or gods? If there are no gods, why does anything exist, and how? These are all topics man has searched for since the beginning. Good and evil has been in us all at some point. Knowing the difference between right and wrong is the first thing we try to teach our children. If we don't know ourselves, our kids will also fail their kids. Wars of man have shaped the world as we see it today, for better or worse. We only see the spoils of the victor. Some of the greatest artifacts and knowledge itself have been lost to the victors. This is perhaps the greatest tragedy. Free will itself, revoked from those believing God gave man free will to choose their beliefs themselves. The irony. Will or can the world have peace if humans still live? Peace in one's mind is the first step to achieving such a feat. What is it worth to have world peace? What are you willing to give up? Why wouldn't we give up anything or everything for the happiness of all mankind? Look within and find love and spread it outwards. Past, present, and future. Hello, we have not met yet, but we were fated to do so. I am your spiritual self. Together we will go on to achieve many things. We will find self purpose. We will meet the goals desired. You and I have many things to accomplish. If only you can get past the negatives within. In the past, we have looked at all that could be, but is not, and why it is. These are building blocks. If only you look at them as so. Life is not always black and white, so do not view it as so. See it from multiple perspectives, and you shall see more truth. When things get bad and do not go our way, we must seek solutions. Do not ever blame others if it is out of their control and are not educated on the matter. We must find it within ourselves to listen to our intuition when it talks. Most times, it is right. When it is wrong, we fail to hear the message clearly. In the present, we are happiest, so never let yourself stray far from the present for long. Problems arise when precautionary measures were not taken in the past, but when they were not, it is best to deal with them in the present to save the burden in the future. To the young and the past is only a memory of joy, so we must keep the present equally enjoyable to keep them happy in the future. As we progress, memories of joy get overtaken by hardship, especially when joy is gone for prolonged periods. The only way to control the outcome of the future is to act in the present. Step by step, or tick by tick, the future is born. Be there to see it present itself in a way you already envisioned. Make clear, attainable goals so your future will be all you had dreamed of. Do not let anyone bring you down in your pursuit to achieve these goals. Do not look too far into the future. You will find only despair. Time has a way of changing outcomes, even with preparation. In the future, things will be different. It's still the same as it's always been. The rich gets richer. You could too if you find what people could use in the present and build on it in the future. When life is about to be at its end, many find peace, and rightfully so. Just make sure your end was preceded by acts of virtue and justice. They say that money is the root of all evil, but can it be of great good in the right hands? As of date, it is yet to be seen as true. For any good that the rich have done, they have also done bad. Is this by design, or is it greed once you have tasted the wealth? Tomorrow could be your last, so live now like there is not tomorrow, but in safety, so there is a future. Fear of what could have been often kills our dreams of tomorrow, so stare the fears down today. Past, present, future, the constants of the universe. Study it to find answers you are not even intentionally looking for. The Wake Up. All the above writings were done while drunk, or at least under the influence. It is probably the greatest thing that has come from me in such a state. I have done far too many bad things, or have made too many poor choices to count in that state. It's a miracle those thoughts were of any good at all. I thought as I got older, I was getting better at being able to control everything. In some ways, I did. When it comes to drinking, it's been a time bomb. I believe it's mostly related to my inability to handle certain personalities, or perhaps once I pass a certain amount of alcohol, something inside me takes over entirely. New Year is upon us, and this is my vow for the first big change of the year. I will not drink alcohol anymore. I do it for myself, my family, and for all that have died and will die because of alcohol related activities. I am I aim to do my part to make the world a better place, even if those that I can reach are few and far between. I say keep your moves silent, so I shall not say my plans for the future. I do find it strange when you talk it comes to be, just not with your hands on the involvement. After studying successful businessmen, I find even in the current era, many of these same strategies are present. Success is a mindset. You just have to take all the steps to put yourself in a position to achieve your goals. These are different ways of getting your results, but it is you that must never settle until those goals are met. What do you enjoy? Set your goals in line with those things that you enjoy, and your life, even in times of work, will be fun. I do think it's important to try to have fun in anything you do, even if the task itself is far from fun. You must keep it in the present, but work for the future. In other words, focus on the task in front of you, but be conscious of how those tasks may affect the future. Prepare for the unexpected. If you find yourself stuck with a problem, leave the current situation and reflect on how and why it came to be. Once you have figured out the problem, it is easier it is easier solved. When things become out of your control, ask others for help. If you fail, you are not defeated. You're only defeated when you give up. Using all experiences as learning experiences, and things become second nature when problems arise. Do not let actions of others shake you, be it mentally or emotionally. Only the things in your control are worthy of your energy. If you cannot keep yourself in order, how do you expect to lead others? If you cannot listen to others, how do you think others would follow you? The strongest man isn't the one with the most muscle. It isn't the one with the most to gain. It's the one with the most to lose, and the one that thinks how each move affects the outcome. Do not judge others until you have put yourself in their shoes. Treat others with respect and be kind. When disrespected and mocked, be silent. Stand up for others when wrong is being done. Find help when you cannot. See the likeliness in your peers. Ignore the differences. Do not partake in gossip. The gossip will turn on you. Love is the greatest emotion and also the greatest weapon. When trying to find fault, be sure to look at yourself first. Times change, most things stay the same. Never stop the quest for knowledge and understanding. View the universe and everything in it as equal importance as the air you breathe. Find faith in whatever your heart and your mind both agree on. Closing philosophical thoughts. Think yourself a star in the vast universe. Peer at yourself from the next galaxy. Find peace in reality before your reality tears you to pieces. Find history honorable? If so, why do we honor cowards? Good versus evil, right versus wrong, right versus left. Is there any correlation to this pattern? To inspire change is to make the world a better place, even if the change is small. Think not of the past, but learn from it. Live for the present, but be planning for the near future. Study the successful. Learn from the brightest minds. Be in awe of the unexplainable. Use today's negativity and failure as fuel for tomorrow's positivity and success. Time is your greatest friend if you practice self discipline and self awareness. As governments continue to fail future generations, we must find ways to keep our hope. The system is fixed. It is faulty once you learn its secrets. It's if too many learn those secrets, the system is altered. You're born clueless. You grow in curiosity. You die fulfilled if you never lose that curiosity. Scary the possibilities are for the future with corruption, greed, and fear. Thank you all for listening. Hope I got your minds turning a little bit. Uh, some of my inspirations for this include Norse paganism, Sun Tzu, Miyamoto Musashi, Marcus Aurelius, Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, Epictetus, Heracles, Thales. Um, so obviously this is kind of personal to me, but I think you can take a lot of this and use it for yourselves. And yeah, hopefully a little more of this in the future. It's just the first one, so it's gonna be a little dicey for a while. But I'm gonna add some more fun stuff in the future. Not so, not quite like this. Obviously, it's very personal to me, but I hope it helps you.